Over the course of the last 48 trips around the sun on this spinning rock, I've had a few creative ambitions. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a comic book artist, and as I got older, I started to paint and things like that, and so I wanted to be like a full-time real artist. So I went to college as an art major, and after about a year, I quit because it was all criticism with no instruction, assignments without direction, and so I just said, that's enough of this. I'm not growing, so I quit. But that was okay because I started taking some writing classes, and I enjoyed writing, and I didn't stink at it. So I graduated with a creative writing degree. And then after college, I sent out one short story, got one rejection letter, and then decided that was enough of that. I know what you're thinking, rejection letters are part of the deal, but it was like, I felt like I couldn't be done with it until I got a rejection letter, and then once I got the rejection letter, then it felt like, okay, I'm done now. I've done the thing that you're supposed to do. So I walked away from it. But through both of those things, I had music, and music was always really my focus, my central thing, so I was okay kind of abandoning art and writing because music was always there. I had a couple bands I was in high school and in college, and then I ventured out on my own after a while. And I released an EP and 2 full albums, and shortly after the release of my second full album, I met a woman and got married. So there was this constant argument about, why do I have to play for so long? Why do I have to play the same songs all the time? Why do I have to write about heartbreak when she and I were together? And so eventually I just got tired of having to fight, and so I stopped. The marriage didn't last, of course. We got divorced after maybe 5 years of marriage, and at that point I was really out of practice, and I moved into a crappy little apartment with paper thin walls, so it wasn't like I could really try to play and practice at home without disturbing everyone in the building. So music just sort of fell away. Plus I had a 3-year-old son at that point, and he kind of, likes to have my attention, as kids do with their parents. Being away from music, with the exception of a few little, let's get out the guitar and strum a few chords, I didn't really do music for about 20 years. And it was about a year ago that I realized, hey, I'm now married to a woman who's super supportive and wants me to do the things that I'm passionate about, or used to be passionate about. And she gives me all the time and space I need to do those things, and she gets frustrated with me when I don't do those things. I have the money to do these things, I have the time, I'm gonna start up this music thing again. And so I started up this YouTube channel, I got on social media, and I was all promoting it. I'm gonna, here's my old music, and I'm gonna get new music out there, and you guys are gonna just love it. Got me all of 10 followers here on YouTube. And it wasn't long after that I realized that social media is really, really toxic and unpleasant, and it's not fun. So I quit all the social media. But I still have this YouTube channel, obviously. So after a little while of watching my numbers, like my views, not go anywhere, they're all single digits still, I just kind of got discouraged. And I had written new material, but it wasn't particularly great. There were a couple ones that I was pretty happy with, but overall it was just kind of like, yep, that's another song. And I recorded one song that I was really excited about. It was a simple song, nothing fancy. So I figured that would be a good place to start, and I recorded it, and it was just awful. It just sounded awful. It's like, I don't want to spend the time to try to learn how to record well. I've wasted too much time as it is. 20 years have gone by. It turns out 20 years of not doing something makes you kind of bad at it. So I kind of just quit that again. and it was surprisingly easy. Like the first time I quit music, it was hard and I was bitter about it because I felt kind of forced into quitting it. But now it was like, oh well, you know, I've gone this far without it for so long that, you know, I can just drop it again. After that, it was, well, what do I do? And there was something I had been, you know, kind of going back and forth on for, you know, a good 10, 12 years or something like that, but I'd have to go to grad school to do that thing. And I just decided I should do it. So I applied, I got sent them my transcript and, you know, got letters of recommendation, everything, and I got accepted. And I started in the class, and the great thing was it was all on Zoom. So I wouldn't have to like uproot my family and move anywhere. It was all like the most cost-effective and reasonably priced program that I was going to find. So it seemed like tailor-made for a guy like me. And I took classes for about a month and then said, I'm done with this. You know, it was painfully obvious that I'm just too stupid to learn. Have these great big expectations of yourself, and then you think, if only I get my chance, and then you get the chance, and then it's like, oh, I really can't do this. So I dropped that too. And so here I am, you know, just not that far away from half a century of life. And I don't know who I'm supposed to be now. I mean, there's the obvious things. I'm a husband and a dad, and those are two great things to be. I'm really, really happy with that. But as far as like my creative ambitions and like leaving something behind for the world to enjoy, if that's the right word, enjoy, I don't know. Like I don't see any of that happening. I don't know what to do. I feel a little lost. But I have this YouTube channel, and I have like no desire to be a YouTuber or whatever they call themselves. I don't know. I don't care. But I have these songs on here, and nobody's listening to them. But my understanding is that if you give the song some context, people might take an interest. I don't know. So I'm going to try that. So there's this kind of introductory video, and then I'll do some videos about, you know, the songs and the stories behind them, where I was in life when I was recording the albums and so on. Maybe a couple videos about influences, I don't know. Something like that. We'll see what happens. It's slightly creative, I guess. It depends on how good I get at making videos, but, you know, don't expect anything too fancy, because I really don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, hope you're all doing great. I don't know. Stay tuned. My song, like I said, my songs are on this channel, so listen to those if you haven't. And if you like them, you can go over to Bandcamp and download them for free. So there you go. It's not every day you get something for free. Anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't know. Probably not. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.